Let's give one last remembrance to Jimmy Quinn and September 11th as we jump into Tank's vlog for September 12th, 2020. The champions are gone. There will be no repeat in the NBA as the Toronto Raptors went down in 7 games to the Boston Celtics. Now, the champs did not go down without a fight. Like they did all series. And whenever they had a chance to win a game, the games were close. Celtics had a couple blowouts, but Game 7 you knew was going to be close throughout, and it was. Celtics win 92-87. Raptors had a chance to tie the game late, but Marcus Smart had a beautiful block. Of course, the Raptors were hurt late when Kyle Lowry fouled out. And that block proved to be the last gasp for Toronto as Boston won 92-87. We'll now face the Miami Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals. It's looking like we might have Celtics-Lakers for like the 9,000th time in the NBA Finals in the bubble this year. Meanwhile, out west, the Denver Nuggets, who rallied from 3-1 in the first round, are looking like they might be doing it again today, overcoming a 16-point deficit to stun the Clippers 111-105. Let me tell you something. If the Clippers can't get to the Western Conference Final this year, they're never getting to the Western Conference Final. I mean, we're talking just pure choke artistry if they end up blowing this. I mean, just they really can't blow this. Can't they? I mean, if they find a way to blow this, shame on the Clippers. Totally shame on the Clippers. They can't let this get to a 7 game. They need to put this series out in 6 games. Otherwise, you're going to have a lot of nervous nennies on the Clippers side. And nervous nennies sink ships. Meanwhile, the Islanders down 2-0. Showed a lot of grit and heart today. Took a 3-1 lead against the Tampa Bay Lightning in Game 3. And the Lightning rallied, tied the game in the third period. But the Islanders bounced back, took the lead, and won the game 5-3. And Nikita Kucherov, what a dumbass. I mean, on the shorthanded goal by J.G. Pageau, he hit him over like 3 or 4 times, slashing him. Pageau could have been hurt. I mean, to me, they got to suspend Kucherov at least 1 game. And we're talking a key player for the Islanders. You know, we're talking the guy who won the Hart Trophy in 2019, the MVP of the NHL. I mean, they've already been out without Steven Stamkos this whole time. I mean, seriously, this might open the door for the Islanders in a series where the Lightning are clearly the better team. But with Kucherov lost, this could change things. Just total selfishness. And he's a repeat offender, so if Gary Bettman doesn't at least give him 1 game, it wouldn't be surprised me if he gets 2 or 3. I mean, 1 game would be a slap on the wrist. He's got to be suspended for his actions. I mean, this is Dale Hunter-like. I mean, just how can you just be so dumb? Baseball. Mets wearing the services of New York, the FDNY, Port Authority, NYPD, sanitation, all the people who helped after the terrorist attacks, many losing their lives. I mean, we're not just talking about the rescue workers who were killed on September 11th. We're talking about sanitation workers who developed post 9/11 sickness from helping to clear out that area. I mean, it just... The first responders on the 19th anniversary of September 11th, and they just came out smoking. Jacob deGrom on the mound, 2nd game in a row, they actually gave him a feast of runs. Not just a little bit of offense. They gave him a feast. 18-1, beating the Buffalo Blue Jays. I mean, deGrom gave up that 1 run in the first inning. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hit the ball off the wall, but DeGrom settled in. Not his best outing, but, he was good up until the point where the Mets scored a bunch of runs. Then he got a little stale on the bench, I guess, and Mauricio Ramirez got a laughable save pitching the last 3 innings, as DeGrom is now 4-1 and has the lowest ERA in the National League. Could it be 3 straight Cy Youngs for DeGrom? Wilson Ramos even had a good day. Pete Alonso didn't, but I guess it doesn't matter when you win 18-1. Meanwhile, the Yankees also wearing rescue worker hats. Just obliterated the Orioles in a doubleheader. Now I have 3 straight wins and getting a little bit of cushion in that battle for the 8th wildcard spot. In Game 1, it was a 6-0 win. In Game 2, it was a 10-1 win. Garrett Cole with perhaps his best outing as a Yankee, pitching a 7-inning complete game. And in the second game, Tanaka was terrific. Didn't need to really use too many relievers. Given the bullpen a rest, everything the Yankees could have asked for and more. Meanwhile, in the 7-game series, the Phillies won the first game of a doubleheader 11-0, but the Marlins came back, won the nightcap 5-3. They have 4 more games this weekend. You imagine that? Yikes! They'll have another doubleheader. I think they're playing a doubleheader on Sunday. Just crazy as they try to make up from their COVID vacation early in the season. Speaking of COVID vacation, the Giants had a positive test, so their game against the Padres was postponed. And looking at how this usually works, they'll probably just postpone the whole weekend series. So the Giants and Padres are now on COVID vacation. The Nationals had a walk-off hit from Michael A. Taylor to beat the Braves 8-7. The Tampa Bay Rays started an entire lineup of left-handed hitters, and they just pounded on the Red Sox 11-1. It was the Royals 4-3 winners over the Pirates. The A's over the Rangers 10-6. White Sox 4-3 winners over the Tigers. Brewers beat the Cubs 1-0 in a pitcher's duel. Christian Yelich scored on a sacrifice fly to win the game walk-off style. Shane Bieber lost his first game of the year, pitched well, but lost his first game of the year, as Brian Buxton hit a 2-run homer, and Kente Maeda pitched 7 shutout innings as the Twins beat the Indians 3-1. It was Luis Castillo pitching a 2-hitter as Joey Votto hit a home run as Reds beat the Cardinals 3-1. Charlie Blackmon hit a grand slam to walk off a game against the Angels 8-4. That Anaheim Angel bullpen, Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, California Angels, they stink. But their pitching coach said their bullpen relievers had electric stuff. Where have I heard that before? And the Mariners the Diamondbacks beat the Mariners 4-3. There is your wrap for September 11th, but Saturday is college football. Not much going on with some conferences canceling games here and there. Too many so teams are going to be basically playing games in a conference. The ACC, Big 12, SEC. So the big teams are basically playing the cupcakes. That includes the Notre Dame playing Duke, so they should win that one pretty easily at home. As There's not going to be a lot of juicy matchups early in the season for college football with the conference schedule, but you'll see some. And hopefully the Big Ten will start sooner than later. Pac-12, who cares a fuck about the Pac-12? You know, the Pac-12 got canceled, and nobody cared. Nobody gave an uproar, but boy, they certainly gave an uproar for that Big Ten. They want their Big Ten football, and hopefully soon we'll get it. SEC, ACC, and eventually we'll start getting juicier matchups. It's kind of a screwed up season, but at least it's a little bit of a season as we get ready for the first football weekend.